Social Darwinism. It's a belief that people who are born to be rich and powerful deserve good things, and they deserve to live, while the people who are poor don't deserve anything because they weren't fit to be successful. So the poor deserve to die, while the population of successful people will increase.
The things we need for survival is not big enough for all species to have enough of. All species reproduce more than the amount of resources available, resources being water, food, shelter, and etc. So the species must go against each other for the resources that are available.
No two of the same species are exactly the same because they have different traits. Some of these traits will help them survive, but some will do the opposite. If an animal has black fur in the snow, it will not help it blend in, while a white-furred animal will blend in with the snow perfectly.
Animals with useful traits can survive longer, and the ones without it can't survive.
The characteristics of a species depends on the habitats and necessities of a species. As a species' traits start to change more, slowly they form into a separate species.
Darwin's theory does apply to humans because the amount of people that are richer, smarter, and better looking seem to be growing. This is because the ugly, poor, and dumb don't seem to have the traits to survive. For example, jobs want smart people, and if you are dumb, you won't get the job. Then you won't have any. If you don't have a job, you won't have any money to buy food, a house, or water. Without food and water, you would eventually starve and die, leaving only smarter, stronger species left.
It does adhere to the principles of Darwin's theory because it claims that civilized nations, being filled with intelligent beings, are superior to barbarous, less modern nations. They claim the differences are the traits we adapted from our ancestors. While the civilized nations have inherited helpful traits for survival and have evolved, the violent nations have not evolved and are not as modern. The article claims the unevolved nations will eventually die off because the civilized nations are still able to reach the remaining resources and adapt to nature that has evolved. Social Darwinism is both a belief of the past and a belief of today. Today, Republicans still believe people need to fend for themselves and should not have to pay for someone else's survival. They believe the rich has earned their riches and therefore their survival. Democrats, however, believe it is unfair to have social Darwinism and that we are all equal and should support each other. Democrats believe we all deserve to survive, and for those who are at the top of the chain should help those at the bottom of the chain to survive.
Yes.
Social Darwinism is still applicable today because Mitt Romney was trying to say that the rich should have a great life while the poor shouldn't get everything the rich get. He wanted to cut taxes for the rich so they could save money. He also wanted to cut Medicare, food stamps, transportation, child nutrition, college aid, and almost everything else average and lower income Americans depend on. If he cut all this, then only the rich could afford it, while lower income people struggle to survive.